podcasts are a great way to connect with your audience and to showcase your expertise and build authority. But is it right for your business? Let's find out right after the intro. So you want to start a podcast, huh? That's great. But do you actually have time to start a podcast? We all know that successful podcasts must be consistent. You must crank out amazing content, ideally weekly, to engage your audience and to keep them listening. So let's think about it. Do you have time to commit to cranking out weekly podcasts for your audience? And speaking of time, you should have compelling guests that contribute to your audience's needs and desires. Do you have a streamlined process and time for attracting and curating quality guests for your podcast? Another thing that you have to think about is the editing of your podcast. Inevitably, there will be mistakes and/or sound issues with your audio. Will you have time to edit the audio, or will you outsource that task? And if you're outsourcing, do you have enough time to stay on top of your service provider to make sure that you get the edited audio in time? These reminders are not meant in any way to discourage you. It's meant to help you consider all of the minutia that goes into the production of a podcast and to make sure that you are well prepared to do it. So you have to think about things like, who will do your intro? Will it be you or a professional voiceover? What music will you choose? Who will do your graphic? Who's going to do your show notes? All things to consider up front when thinking of doing a podcast. If that sounds too overwhelming, it's okay. There is an alternative that allows you to still showcase your expertise and establish that authority. What is it, you ask? You can become a podcast guest and appear on many podcasts that are relevant to your topic or industry. Establishing yourself as the authority and doing it on other people's podcasts is way easier and less time consuming than hosting your own podcast. Hey, I'm here to make your life easier. You're welcome. What activities are you considering to establish yourself as an authority in your industry? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, go forth, live well, and prosper.